Yo, we are heading into teens. I think they can bully cops.
Oh.
They about to find out, probably. They about to F around and find out. Now, we about to find out with them.
County, Illinois. Police officers make a routine traffic stop. What happens next? And the wild accusation is anything but routine.
You just pulled my out, bro.
Your windows work? You can open the door. Your windows. Yeah. Do your windows work?
No, it doesn't, clearly.
Okay, I don't know that. Normally people roll their windows down.
Well, mine don't. I'm pressing the button. You can see. What am I getting pulled over for?
Your window tint. You have your license and insurance. It doesn't matter. You entered here from the roadway.
Well, I have to find my first.
What's going on, man?
Nothing's going on. What is y'all picking for?
License and insurance.
Okay, give me a second.
The windows. Oh, that one goes down.
Insurance.
License.
Okay, I have a license. My
You have your ID, sir?
Do you have an ID on you?
Y'all don't have to speak to him.
I need his ID. He doesn't have a seatbelt on. I need his ID.
We're in a parking lot, dude. We just
I saw you drive up here.
When? Because I just was sitting there.
Yeah, I know. I was pulling in behind you.
No, you wasn't. Because I was in the drive-thru, and then I parked for a second, and then y'all came.
Hey, I'm not going to have the argument with you.
Police brutality.
Not brutality.
I don't have an ID.
Can they do that if you're parked, though? I mean, realistically?
No, he said he saw her. So she, like, basically probably what happened is she trying to act like she was parked. She probably knew that she's going to have to get pulled over.
Well, she was in the drive-thru. She said
so
that she
I don't
parked.
know if you see it, you going to think she probably ran through the drive-thru. He probably was behind her. And then she went through the drive-thru thinking like, oh, if I act like I'm going, I've seen people do it. They go through the drive-thru and they come out and be like, oh, I'm parking to eat. Where the food? Where the food?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a TikTok famous for that girl. They got behind her and she went through or she was at Popeyes and she was like, girl, the cops got behind me and my tag's expired. I just hopped in here. She's like, oh, I'll give you some water. She's like, yeah, I just hopped in here so I didn't get pulled over.
Oh, wow.
But window tint, you automatically, certain places they don't put about window tint. Like,
but I'm saying if you're parked, can they still get you?
I don't know with window tint. I don't know. Or maybe proper call if it's running. I don't know.
Down. What's your name? For what reason?
You don't have your seatbelt on. Do you not have a license?
Call a sergeant now. Sergeant now.
What is your name?
Call a sergeant now.
Are you the registered owner?
Yes.
Okay.
You can see that when you're in the place.
Okay.
I can order you out of the vehicle anytime on a lawful traffic stop. Pennsylvania versus Mims, U.S. Supreme Court. Go ahead and step out of the vehicle.
I need you out of the car.
You don't get to demand when we do things. Go ahead and step out of the vehicle.
Step out of the car, man.
The U.S. Supreme Court says you do. The U.S. Supreme Court says you do. Pennsylvania versus Mims. Go ahead and step out of the vehicle.
In the case the officer refers to here, Pennsylvania versus Mims, the Supreme Court ruled that an officer may request anyone to exit the vehicle on a traffic stop since it is a minimal and reasonable intrusion on suspects that have been lawfully stopped by the police.
Get out of the car.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. We're going to break this window if you don't open the door.
You're touching me.
Don't reach.
Ow, that is, ow, ow, you have a button, Tim, on. Ow, 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 ow.
Hey,
ow,
watch his hands. I'm going to break the window.
And I'm gonna break your bro, this is not fair.
Tell him come down.
Open the door. You're going to break the window if you don't open the window.
He's probably scared.
But it's the same, listen, I explain to people the same way that everybody who say that cops need to relax. Okay, a cop job is difficult as heck, very difficult. They don't know what they're walking into. You don't know if some of these cops been shot at by walking up to windows. You don't know if some of these cops. And how hard for some people, how hard was when he first came up, immediately you already got hostile with him. She opened her door.
What if she was in the right, though? What if she's like, I was just parked, like you didn't, like.
Yeah, but like a cop don't know when you open the door. I don't know when I get out my car and I walk up to your car. If I was a cop and I'm walking up to your door, you open your door, I could be thinking you about to shoot at me.
Yeah.
You got to put yourself in their shoes when they walking up to a situation. Right. You don't know what she about to do. How am I can't get out my car and think automatically, you opened your door because, you know, your window don't work. No, I could be thinking you about to turn around, bop, bop, and now I'm hit.
True. Okay.
And then how hard is it when he gets to the
her scream? Her scream.
How hard is it when they get to the car? Be like, just give me the information. Do you know you will be let go most of the time if you just hand them information?
I'm just saying, though, the scream is what gets me. Like, she's screaming.
Like, I got 10 on all my cars and they pulled over and they never. Okay, go get it fixed. Mm-hmm. And they ain't got it fixed since.
I did get pulled over for my tent too.
And how did your situation go?
I was scared.
Yeah, but how did it go? They let you go?
They could have been better, but I mean, they did let me go. And it was worse though because I left my license.
This is just childish.
I left my license at home. But it's so crazy because little side story. My dad a week before was like, you need to remember your driver license number. Just in case of emergency, you just need to remember it. And I remembered it, and I got pulled over for a tint. And I was so scared because it was 2 guys, and they were doing a little too much, in my opinion. But then I was like, I don't have my license. Like, I live literally a minute. I live right there in that street. And I was like, but I know it by heart. I could tell you it. And then he was like, okay, well, what's your license number? And I gave it to him, and he ran it. And then there was some problems or whatever. But and then I let go. But girl...
Only reason I said because I come from I got a family that's in law, and I always hear, and I got friends in law, like that's law enforcement officers. They tell me all the time, bro. Like they say the situation that I don't try to give people a pass and be like nice. That's when they escalate like this. Mm-hmm. And he was like, you try to be nice to him, and then I got to deal. Then it's like people you like that give me respect. He said he's let people go. Like, all right, bro, just go on about your day. But then you got to deal with this. This is doing a lot.
They're trying to break my stuff!
Hey, he hit me in my face. He just hit me in my face.
He's hitting us!
There's no reason for me to get out of the car.
Yeah, no seatbelt on. Get out of the car.
You guys have body cams on, bro.
Yep.
It's on video.
Yep.
Right, it's on video. There's no reason for this. This vehicle was on the roadway. This was a lawful traffic stop. But we watched you on the roadway. We just broke the door. Get out of the car. Get out. What the fuck? Out. Turn around. For what? On your stomach. For what? For what? Stop. Get on. What are you doing?
Ow, you stupid! You don't hit me in my face! I'm pressing charges!
Do whatever you want when we're done.
Give me my phone, please!
Call the sergeant.
Make it 28. We can get 2 cages.
Call the sergeant.
Roll over on your side so you can breathe. Roll over on your side.
I don't want to roll over on my side. I'm on my back.
I'm telling you to roll over on your side.
Get a good pat down. Make sure
I don't have anything on me.
That's fine. I gotta double check. What's your name?
Come on, dude. You have a body key, right?
Yeah.
You just pull my out, bro. Here. You can see right. You can see my underwear. Right.
Yeah, I can search you.
There, I got him. I'm not going nowhere.
I don't know.
Hey, can you call a sergeant? Can you call a sergeant?
We'll be going to jail. You can talk to him there.
Why, for what?
For resisting arrest.
Resisting arrest? Why was I under arrest?
Because you're obstructing.
How?
Because you wouldn't get out of the car and you didn't have a seatbelt on. You wouldn't identify yourself.
You told me to roll down the window. I rolled down the window. Then y'all started reaching in.
We told you to
Can you call a sergeant now?
Not happening.
No.
He's right here. Cadence is right here.
Do anything, Dad!
How's it going, sir?
Dad, I was parked by the white Ford Fusion. I pulled out and they pulled me over. I wasn't even on the road.
We weren't.
They're lying. You go to McDonald's cameras. They're lying. They're lying.
How's it going? So I made the stop. So we had been following the vehicle. They did pull in here. They were going to leave. We decided to make a traffic stop. She stops right here.
No, he's lying, Dad. Do not believe
It's all on camera.
I'll stick him in your car for the time being. Ma'am, can you run inside and get a manager and ask them for the camera footage, please?
We got really good cameras, buddy.
So you saw us go around. There's a witness. I need her statement. Y'all done prodded me down. I don't know how many.
It sounds bad. Like, and I get it. People watch this and they say, but at the same time, in situations of dealing with cops,
what if they were scared?
if you just comply, no, it's scary.
Sometimes complying doesn't justify it. Sometimes complying it don't go
Well,
right.
in this situation, you think the way she opened her door, she already responded to the cop.
Oh no! I feel like I feel
How
like,
it started. Let's just go back to the beginning.
That's one of those like, oh my
Regardless,
god, why did
okay,
you pull
if
me
I
over?
feel I'm
If
innocent-
I'm parked, why did you pull me over?
If I feel I'm innocent, right? They're recording.
Innocent people get hurt all the
Can you
time.
let me explain? They're recording, right? They got body cams, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know if that body cam wasn't running, you got a lawsuit on your hands for your traffic stop? Mm-hmm. Okay, so if he comes to my door and says, I'm pulling you over for your window tint. All right, here's my license registration. If I feel like I got a lawsuit on my hands, I'm about to just get out of this situation, and then I'm going to go get camera footage from the McDonald's and handle it the right way like an adult. She handled it like a child. You doing all this yelling, all this extra. Now they're going to tell you to step out the car. Now you done escalated it. Now if you don't get out, now they're going to hit you with probable cause.
Yeah.
You're going to jail. You're getting arrested.
That's true.
If you never took it there, we're not here. Okay, you stopped me for my tent. All right, give me my ticket. Like, I'm just going to give my ticket. Then if I feel like I need to take it to court, I'm going to go to court. I want his body cam footage released, and y'all going to see I was parked and stopped. But no, now y'all escalated, and now they do got this. Now they can say you resisted arrest because they told you to get out the car.
Yeah,
if you would have never took it anywhere to that level, you wouldn't be here. You won't be here. But no, people want to act ignorant immediately when they stop. What did I do? What did I do? Stop. they already got probable cause for your tint. So you can't say you can't stop me because you got limousine tint around your car. In Texas, they don't play. I don't know where they from, but I heard Texas, they don't even play with lemon tint. They don't even play with limo, like any type of tint. So I'm pretty sure where they're from, they don't play with that tint at all. You're playing right there, you stop with tint. So just deal with it. Get your fixie ticket and be done. Now you going to jail for resisting and all this extra stuff. You could have got a limo tint, whatever they call it, tint ticket, pay a little $50, get it removed. Boom. Done. But now you're going to jail.
We don't know
3 times, bro.
Well, I don't need You do need a seatbelt.
You don't have a seatbelt.
You didn't have your seatbelt on in the car, so we're going to put it on in this car.
Ask him to identify himself, ask him to get out of the car. He refuses, tries to roll the windows up, resists with deputies. When that started happening, that's when she kind of freaked out. Up until that point, she was okay.
So how did she get out of the car?
Who?
Did you drag her out of the car?
They got her out of this side after we got him out of the car. He was our main focus.
So what are you pulling her over for? Tinted windows? Pull me over. I got tinted windshield.
Right.
They also failed the signal at like north.
I don't care. You can pull me over for tinted windows. That's what you just said.
Okay, if that's your opinion on the situation, that's fine.
But there's
I'm just telling
a million other cars around. Look, he's got tinted windows.
Okay. And normally everyone else identifies themselves and gives us insurance. I'm just explaining to you how. Now, if you don't agree with it,
but
I can't argue that.
People out. I mean,
well, no, I asked them to get out of the car for several minutes before it escalates to that.
He never asked me to get out the car.
Like I said, we all have cameras on.
I understand.
It is what it is.
Go get McDonald's
So
videos
what's
right
the deal with
now.
her?
She escalated things.
Well, she's
He
pissed.
broke my door.
Right.
Y'all are paying for that.
Hey, bud, stop.
No, I'm pissed.
Can I get a sergeant?
Like I said, you can talk to him when you get to the jail.
What am I going to jail for?
Resisting, obstructing.
How did I resist? I rolled down the window.
When the police say identify yourself,
I do not have to by
Yes,
Illinois
you
State
do.
Constitution.
Yes, you do. You
by
need to
the
go
federal
back- you need to-
Constitution. I do not have to
Federal
identify.
Constitution.
Yes, I do not have to disclose any information to you.
When you're breaking the law, you
We didn't
have
break
to
the law. We
you
just
didn't have a seatbelt on.
I didn't get a second to even move, bro. Can you listen to this? It's too tight.
It's not too tight.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, bro. It's literally choking me. I have heart problems.
It's not.
Seatbelt.
You talking? You've got 8 inches in
tight as
between.
hell.
You got 8 inches in between the back of you
I can't. I got
and the
cuffs
front.
on, dude. How do you expect me
Get
to
here
sit
for a
back and I
minute,
got
I'll be
cuffs on?
Mercy. So what's happening with her?
Well, the male for sure, but I believe so. The other 2 detectives were dealing with her, but I'm assuming when they asked her to get out of the car, she resisted, obstructed. So we're going to go down to the law enforcement center and sort it all out.
Thank you.
Is what we're going to do.
Yep. Hey, we're gonna get your feet underneath them. You ready? You ready? 1, 2, 3. Yep.
You gonna pull her over there, Rose?
Yep.
I didn't even do it.
Stay right there. Are you on any kind of medication or drugs or anything?
No, I'm pregnant.
You know how easy this could be if you just would have unlocked the door
I did.
and did exactly what they told you to do?
pulled me over for no reason. I just pulled out
See
the
those
parking
tinted
lot.
windows? They're entirely too dark to be driving with.
Can you please get the hair out my face? It's all in my
I'm not gonna do that because you just spit all over your hair.
And I just saw my hair, dude. I'm getting a lawsuit out of y'all. I hate all of you. I hope all of you die.
You're not on any kind of medication
No,
or
bro,
drugs or anything?
no. Does it look like it?
It really
Get a
does
fucking-
look like it.
No.
You need to calm down.
Can you get the hair out my face, please?
Okay, but you need to calm down. Yelling at them ain't gonna get you. You need to calm down.
All right, let's go over this way. I appreciate you, sir.
I'll come get you, but you gotta just chill out.
I'll just have her hang out here until she can get searched by whoever's coming. We'll stand by with her. I'll help you guys out.
Court records indicate the female, Cadence, was charged with resisting arrest and obstruction of justice, while the male, Octavius, was also charged with resisting and obstruction as well. They are presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Mercy.
Yeah, I see both sides. I mean, I see your side too, and then I see the cops, but at the same time, I always tell people, like, man, dealing with certain cops, you just gotta just...
That's the scary part, because you could be calm and collective and they could just be
Yeah,
an
but if they
a-hole.
snatch you out, then you got a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Then you really got a lawsuit.
But what if they snatched her out and made her lose her baby? Then what?
Then you really got a lawsuit.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
it's like, why escalate with these a-hole cops? That's some of them that's a-holes
Yeah,
already,
that's
so
true.
you could be put in that situation. Like I said, all she had to do when they got to the car, boom, my window don't work. All right, what you pulling me over for? And if you felt you wrong, like they wrong, okay, you got camera. Like you said, McDonald's got a camera, they got a camera. Give me my ticket.
I think like in the moment, emotions rise, and
but you gotta be careful with these cops.
I feel like, I mean, nowadays, I mean, I don't speak for everybody, but I feel like 9 times out of 10, when someone gets pulled over, it's the scare, the anxiety, the like shaky, like you're nervous.
You gotta deal with it.
And I feel like maybe she felt like they were doing, too much. It was excessive, so she kind of freaked out.
Only reason I take, like I said, my take on it, because I like I said, I got a friend that's in law enforcement. I got family members that's retired. There's been stories that I've heard. My uncle told me he had a bullet fly over him that hit the stop sign from a car stop with tinted windows like that. He walking up to the car, they immediately dropped the car down, start firing. He said he heard the bullet. So it's like, you gotta understand.
No, agree.
What certain cops go through.
You have to be on your P's and Q's,
but she could have handled that way better. She already went off attitude.
But then now I feel like I'm not trying to like turn my story or whatever, but now I feel like if you knew you were pregnant, you should have thought of the child.
Like, I'm pregnant,
being pregnant and been like, look, okay, like, I'll give you all this, because it's like, that could have, in a sense, escalated so much worse.
And she wasn't even going to have to get out the car at all. It's just she made it. And then when you don't ID yourself, you definitely can. They gonna ask you to get out.
Yeah, because it kind of gives you like a red flag. Like, why don't you ID yourself? But then,
like I said, there's two sides.
There is.
The cops, they did kind of.
But you can pick and choose each side. There's so many things you could point out.
There
so
was
it's like
faults, I think, on this video, both ends.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it could have been handled better. Like, I feel like snatching them out and breaking it, like, that was a lot.
That was.
But at the same time, the girl could have easily handled it. He could have identified himself and been like, hey, I'm such and such.
But then again, if he's saying that that's a law, why do they have to go by their law but not someone else's telling them a law?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's true or whatever, but he was just like,
oh no, because that's why they said in the video when he showed us. He could, because he didn't identify himself, they already had proper cause to snap. Because they don't know if you're dealing with somebody who got a warrant, a person that's wanted. So it's like, dude, just say your name, give me your ID, like, you done.
That's true. That's true.
Like I said, I don't know. I know. Like,
I mean, there's red flags in both sides.
Getting pulled over is scary, but at the same time, you just gotta deal with it. Like,
I think it's easier said.
Man, I got a truck that got tint all around it. I drive all the time. I know, and for a fact, I already know it's illegal. If I get stopped, I'm just gonna deal with it. Like, and yes, everybody got a tint, but they gonna hit you with that line every time. Like, the dad was like, "Oh, that person." That's just how they work. They're going to say, well, I didn't stop them. I'm stopping you.
Well, yeah, because when I got a tint, I was like annoyed because so I was right. I was going to go straight. I was at the light. I was going to go straight. They were on the turning lane in back of somebody who had the exact same tint as me. So I'm like, dang, I'm glad like I'm going straight because they're going to pull him over. No, when the light hit green and I went, they literally got out of the turning lane and came behind me. And I was just like, what? Like, you guys were literally in front of someone who had way worse,
That's my but I'm smart though. See, I'm rolling my stuff before I be alert when I'm in the it's down. Like, y'all ain't about to give me no ticket. But yeah, you gotta play. If you know you playing with the law and with tint, then you better be ready too. I think
it's two sides to
you better be ready. Cause in Cali they be on it too. So they don't play about no tint here either. It's hot as hell. Yeah, but everybody got tint here though. Like Cali, it's rare you see somebody without tint. In Cali,
our place, because it gets so freaking hot in the seats.
But people, they still do pull you over for it. Like, but it's hot. I'll take my risk. I'm not about to be melting in the car.
You get picked or you don't.
Yeah, I'm not melting in the car. And our neighbor told us they got, but they was like, man, I'm not. Nobody really take their tent off down here. It's too hot.
Just pay for it.
Yeah, we just pay for it and keep it on there.
But this is crazy. Let us know what you guys thought about it. I mean, there's pros and cons on both sides.
It is. That's why I admit, like, I wanted to be a cop, but I just couldn't, because then you gotta deal with stuff like that. Like, he was wrong, and man, I ain't got time.
It's an argument every day.
Yeah, every day being a cop, every day. No matter how you pull somebody over, you gonna be talked about.
But until next time.